A story can be driven by so many things. Goals, fear, dreams, and desires. But it's always moved by its heroes. So, what story shall we tell today?
Hello, and welcome to The Table Is Yours, a role-playing adventure, where a bunch of friends play tabletop role-playing games like Dungeons & Dragons at a table and through a video call. I am your host. Nope.
Bob Barker.
I am your host. I am your DM, your GM, Con Riley. You can follow me everywhere at Kryles. My pronouns are they, them. And let's go around and meet our friends who play with us. Let's start with Lexi May.
Thank you for not saying furry.
Stop. You did.
We were doing so well.
I just needed to revel in this moment. Hi, my name is Lexi May.
I forgot. No, shut up. Okay, I forgot. I forgot a fun fact. My fun fact this week is an unpopular opinion of a food combination I think is great is mint chocolate chip ice cream with peanut butter and Reese's Cups.
How is that unpopular?
People don't like it. They think it's weird. They think it's weird.
Interesting.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. Well, because people go like, it's like you're combining peanut butter and toothpaste. I'm like, no, it's delicious.
I don't like mint chocolate, so that.
Well, you're wrong.
And you're wrong. And mint chocolate is always better when it's green.
Yes.
That's true.
Fully agreed.
Yeah.
And
And then Issa dies for not liking mint chocolate.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Issa's gonna die for a bunch of reasons. That should be my fun fact. I'll list off the reasons why Con has said they're gonna kill my.
No, I've never said I was going to kill you.
I didn't
the
like
session,
mint
Issa
chocolate
has
until
a
I
heart
started
attack.
transitioning. Fun fact, I didn't like mint or chocolate until I started transitioning.
Ooh.
I have horrid food tastes.
I still don't know who you are.
Right, and you will never.
The end.
Okay, Andrew.
My name is Lexi May Hunter. I use she, her pronouns. I play the... What? No, go ahead. Share it with the
It
class.
has nothing to do with you.
Was it because I was about to sneeze?
Alright, look to me, Hunter.
All right.
My eyes went straight to Andrew. Who's like,
Hi, my name is Lexi May Hunter. You're trying so hard not to laugh right now. Hi, my name is Lexi May Hunter. I use she, her pronouns.
Are pronouns funny to you? Are pronouns funny to you?
Hi, my name is Lexi May Hunter. I use she, her pronouns. I play one, the human artificer. I'm trying my best not to laugh, but you can find me and be real with Lexi May. I help you, and I'm the one that needs help right now.
Fun fact.
Fun fact, help me. My fun fact for if we're going to go with our like weird food tastes is that I don't like warm food. I only want it to be lukewarm.
Really?
It's true.
If you had said cold, it would have been fine. You said lukewarm.
No, it has. I don't like it
Tepid.
too cold and I don't like it too hot. I sound like I'm like being
The baby bear from Goldilocks.
Oh shit! It's just right. Hi, my name is Lexi May Hunter.
I don't want to play this game anymore.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I play Wash. My pronouns are he, him. You can't find me, and my fun fact is I really can't stand cold coffee. Any type.
oh, I love iced coffee.
Interesting.
Even iced coffee?
Even iced coffee.
You just don't like Well, I'm gonna keep eating my iced
Okay,
coffee
there's a
right now.
difference between cold coffee and iced coffee.
Hi, my name is Sydney. I play Codex Sayori. Our pronouns are both she, her. She's a wild magic sorcerer, fighter, all around hot mess. I don't have a fun fact. I'm just a picky eater. That's just in general, so I'm just very hard to cook for. I don't really have a hot take. My fun fact is gonna be that it took us 45 minutes to record this intro. I actually do have a fun fact. I think personally there's a scientific reason why diner coffee actually tastes better, and I think it's the mugs. I don't think it's the coffee.
Ooh.
I like
Either
that.
that or it's because they had the coffee on for 24 hours and it's still that same coffee.
No, it's the mug shape, size, and the make and model. It's the make and model of the mug.
I like that.
Right.
And we've actually tested this because Sydney has diner mugs
Yes,
now.
Becca bought me
So-
six diner mugs for my birthday. They're very
and I
small.
think her coffee tastes better. They're very small. Hi, I'm Rebecca. I play Isabella Ballador, Tiefling Paladin Bard of the group. Both Issa and myself use she, her pronouns. My fun fact is that I really enjoy an everything bagel with peanut butter.
Hi, I'm Vic. I play resident rat boy Terrence Astanis, who will be unconscious for the next 12 years. My fun fact is also a challenge because I'm going to say this and no one else is allowed to say anything because it will go off and no one will be able to stop. But I think a hot dog is a sandwich. Moving
No, you're
on.
right. You're right.
That's correct.
Literally subscribe to our Patreon, and I'll put in my college persuasive essay PowerPoint in there.
Yeah.
It's true. It is literally true.
But isn't a sandwich 2 pieces of bread a hot dog?
No.
A hot dog.
A sandwich.
I said we can't do this.
No. A sandwich literally is just meat between. It doesn't matter if it's 2 or 1 between bread. It's just between.
So PB&J is not.
Here's
a
my
sandwich.
here's my hottest take, and it's the last thing we're gonna say.
Also not true.
A sandwich is a social construct.
Yeah.
It's a sandwich if it has sandwich in the name.
It was named after an earl.
And that's the title of this episode, A Sandwich is a Social Construct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree, and if you don't, here's what I'll say. Here's the end of my persuasive speech. Through all of it, the ending is literally I say, you might still not think that a hot dog is a sandwich, but now every time you think about it, you will remember this persuasive speech because I describe how it can be if you see it that way. So I win. I was like, doesn't matter, I win.
I love that. Hey guys, I'm Heather Alexandria Lore. You can find me on Instagram or any other social media at Land of Lore. I play Shay Erebos, and I don't have like a cool controversial food thing, but I'm vegan and I haven't tried a lot of like normal food ever. So this past Tuesday, which is also Valentine's Day, it was adorable. I got to try a hot fudge sundae for the first time.
Oh.
It was so much fun. It was at Disneyland, and it was at the Ghirardelli Square thing that they have there, and they have a non-dairy vegan like hot fudge sundae thing. It was delicious.
Awesome. Wow, cool. So you can follow us everywhere, of course, at TTIY D&D. That is on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon. Please support us on our Patreon.
OnlyFans.
No comment on that one. But yeah, please support us on Patreon. I'm sure by this point we probably have a lot of very exciting stuff for you. Please check it out. Click on the links below. You could always just support, just like donate $1 a month just to support us so we can give you cool content. TTIY D&D is where you can follow us everywhere. But with that, let us get into our recap for last episode of The Table is Yours.
What story shall be sung today? One can never know how the melody might sound. Our adventurers have already begun to pluck the strings of their story, and their combined composition is unfolding like a road before us.
God, so where do I even begin? To kick it all off, Wash died. Issa and whatever god possessed her just cut him in half. And then one shot at Issa and she went down. But then Codex exploded and like reversed time or something. And then Issa stood back up, the bullets fell out of her, and Wash like reanimated and became whole again. This all happened in like the blink of an eye, and then everything just got shittier. After that, Issa started to go after the diamond, and one was prepared to shoot her if she tried. Something about the diamond's aura made everybody super angry, and I immediately drank a serum and went after one because she was pissing me off. Like, why are you trying to shoot Issa? So I broke a gun before she could try. Then Wash started glowing, and he broke through the wind tunnel or whatever magical barrier surrounded the diamond and just started punching Issa because she just killed him. And then she went down again, and then Rush came out of nowhere and tackled Wash, who fell on top of Issa, and then Rush grabbed the diamond. Meanwhile, I was asking Shay what I should do. She told me to go after Rush because he just grabbed the diamond and slashed at Wash, so I did, and I hit him a lot, really, really hard. He dropped the diamond, and then Willow, seeing that I basically knocked out Rush, did something magical to nullify the diamond's effect and protect her friend. And she just exploded in this white light, and then she was gone. She sacrificed herself. After this, everyone kind of calmed down. I passed out from being Terry, and I will be out for quite some time, but Hal healed Wash and Issa healed Rush, and the rest of the Fated Fates decided to call Casimir and to decide what to use the wish for. They landed on using the wish to put the scarred warlord behind the Divine Gate. Immediately after making the wish, Rush decided to take us on a 6-hour walk to cop at it. He refused to stop, which makes sense considering he just lost a really important person in his life. But when everyone got there, he told Hal to teleport us out. I guess he saw something scary. And Codex and Issa were the only ones to catch a glimpse of the beast slashing through a building before Shay grabbed them. And now we're going back to the keep. So much shit happened, and you know what? I'm still asleep.
Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god, you guys.
I feel insanely guilty.
Do that again?
With just a quick flash of like Hal's wings kind of surrounding you as this arcane magic is happening underneath you, you kind of get transported in this like puff of feathers that kind of like all around you as you are suddenly back in the courtyard in the middle of the Pale White Castle Keep. All looking how you look. I think just for the I don't know if fun's the right word, but for the fun of it, let's just go around and describe how you look and maybe your demeanor. So what do you look like?
I'm still in my armor. It hasn't been dented or touched at all, actually.
Nice.
I'm completely fine.
V2's on your back?
V2 is on my back. My gun is away, so,
Yeah.
but it's broken.
Yeah.
But I'm very much just there.
No puffs of smoke, no fire, no flame.
Probably steaming.
Wash, how are you looking?
Wash is very exhausted, kind of sweat-stained, looks like he still feels sick.
Yeah. And you have Terrence on your shoulders, right?
Yeah, you do.
And his expression is just annoyed.
Yeah. All right. Codex, how are you looking and feeling and vibing?
After seeing everything and everything else that happened, she's probably she's standing there and she's probably bridging on like catatonic is extreme, but she's approaching like a state where she's not really there. She's probably just very in her own head and going over everything that happened, everything we saw in that town, and she also physically is just she probably is like a lot of her fur is smeared with blood, and she has a pretty heavy nosebleed, so it's just kind of red down like the one side of her face and seeping into her shirt. And she only has like, not to give numbers, but I'm not gonna give numbers. She only has her 13 hit points right now, so she's not looking super hot, but she's probably just a glazed over expression and not really looking at anyone. And if anybody makes any noise, her ears like twitch, but she kind of like looks at you and focuses on you for like a second, and then she kind of like zones out again.
Issa, how you looking? Feeling, vibing?
I'm feeling great. No. Issa. Imagine like I've never felt stronger. I just killed someone with one swing. It was great. No. No, I am looking very rough. My cloak is like kind of tattered. I think I still have some burn marks on my face and like neck area from when we fought the Chimera.
I forgot how it happened.
Yeah.
That, and then I think I am developing a black eye from where Wash punched me out when we were in the vortex. I'm like not even acknowledging anyone. I'm just kind of looking down at my feet. And I'm very clearly injured, but am making no attempt to heal myself.
There's probably some scorch marks on that black eye too.
Yeah, so the black eye is accompanied by, like, you know, some, like, I don't know how to, do you know, like, how Wash's damage kind of looks on other people? Like, is there a specific color or, like...
I would say the way that it kind of, like, unlike the fire of the Chimera that probably leaves, like, you know, like dark,
yeah.
dark burns and charcoal on you, it's almost like this, like, white, like, not white, but, like, this gray and white powder that's left. And whatever searing hits that were onto you, instead of, like, again, like darkening or burning like a regular firewood. It looks almost like a hot white burn, if that makes sense. So it looks different than the Chimera burns.
And I think that's probably stinging her face a little bit right now. But again, like, no movements to heal myself, because I don't deserve it.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Terrence, we know how you look.
Unconscious.
Yeah.
Unconscious.
Terrence, yeah, literally probably looks like the.
I mean, he got slammed against a wall, so I'm assuming he looks slightly like just broken, like a little broken
You're currently a
ball
pancake.
on your shoulders.
Yeah, like literally like a fucking proper like bruised wet noodle.
Shay is still standing there with her hands gripped around Codex's and Issa's like collars, kind of after snapping them in. The wound from Issa's nails that were on his arm are still smoking a little bit. It's like still the shadowy sort of thing coming out. And as soon as they land in the like of the wings, there's gonna be just, she lets out a huge exhale and it's more of the like shadowy sort of thing. It's like light gray, white, a little bit wisps of green, just shadows at her mouth. And she is slowly gonna let their collars go and just like turn back towards Hal.
Okay. So for the last three, Codex, Issa, and Shay, can the three of you roll a perception check? This is going to be not necessarily a retcon perception check, but more if you perceived it before completely leaving. Codex,
It makes sense. I got a 9.
Okay, Issa?
23.
All right, and Shay?
19.
Okay, so Shay and Issa, you will have noticed this. Codex, you will have not. But with the intensity of everything that was going and moving, Rush being that giant black dire wolf, kind of like whoosh, pushing off, and then Hal grabbing you all to kind of like pull you in closer, and then his wings and the arcane spell. The arcane spell going off.
Little arcane spell.
The arcane spell going off. There was a little bit of like air movement that like pushed things. YouTube would have caught sight of where those the ribbons of flesh were, again, that were not bloodied. Just like ribbons of flesh and probably tattered clothes and other shit. The ribbons of flesh that are, again, not bloody, but like still like kind of fully. It like looks like fabric of clothing and flesh that kind of is just like ribboned in a pile. Not perfect. It's not like a soft serve ice cream, but it did look as though very briefly that there were these flowers beneath them, like probably enlaced with the ribboned flesh. They looked kind of like sunflowers, but not exactly. Just some type of flower that has longer golden yellow petals that kind of come into a ring of. Like like sunflowers. What is that? Like they're all seeds in the middle of the sunflower, right?
Yeah.
It's more of like a circle ring before it goes back to that golden yellow inner part of the flower.
Gotcha.
Sorry, I'm not a botanist. So. It looked like this kind of like sun-esque flower, probably in the same order
genus.
Of the sunflower or genus. Yeah, it wasn't just one; it was like a few laced inside of like. If you both were looking at different flesh ribbon piles,
yeah,
it looked like there were a few to several. With that, Hal probably his wings kind of unfurled back into this like visage of a black cloak behind him as he kind of like slowly backs away from you all. His mouth is like opening, like he's trying to say something, but then he'll close it, not really knowing what to say. That was a weird noise. I was like, let's have a party. Like, what's going on? Okay, yeah.
All the noises.
Like you can see in his face and in his mouth, he's trying to find the words to say, and he just does not have any words to say. At a point, he probably just back away towards what he knows where the entrance is, since he kind of just took whatever your image of remembering what the Pale White Castle Keep looks like in your head, he took to teleport you there. He's just standing there, kind of like quietly looking at you. Like he does not know what to say, and he doesn't also just be like, bye.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna like slowly walk up towards him and put my hand just like, I think I'm gonna put it on like his sternum gently.
It's probably not best for me to stay with the circumstances.
You're always welcome to stay.
You kind of like if you're like standing in front of him, he'll probably kind of like look, like kind of like glance over your shoulder at the disheveled party, and then back at you. I'm not far. I'll give you all time to rest if you need me. I don't really know why you would, but maybe it's best if you all just rest. He says that enough for everybody else to hear him. Kind of puts one hand on your shoulder and says, "Good luck."
Thank you for everything, Hal.
Of course. And he kind of just like, not even like look. He doesn't glance again. He just turns around and starts heading out.
I'm gonna turn around back to the rest of the party.
I'm gonna go drop Terrence off, then go to the bar then.
I was gonna go immediately to the bar.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like you're just like,
Yes.
like swing him off your shoulder and onto the bed.
You're deardefinitely not on the correct way.
Is that like the little bounce?
Like, the bed is this way, you're this way. Perpendicular.
There we go.
I think Codex just kind of watches everybody break, and she just kind of gives like a loud sniffle because the blood, and she's kind of like nods a little bit, and she's gonna head towards the bathrooms and try and clean up.
Codex.
Yeah, you say that, and she like jumps a little bit at your voice, and she's like stops and turns and just kind of like isn't really looking at you. She's looking at like your boots. All right, your sneakers, because you're right. And she's not making eye contact with you. She's just like, if you don't mind, Issa, I just gotta be alone for a second. And she's just gonna turn and walk to the bathroom.
Okay. And then she will turn to Shay. Can I heal you?
I'm alright. I think you should concentrate on yourself.
Oh, that's okay. I'll be fine after we go to sleep. I just wanted to offer.
Just remember too, just so everyone knows, it's about like 7 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
It is night, but yeah, 7 p.m.
As Issa offers her hand, Shay's not gonna take it, but she's just gonna walk past you and a little half smile. She's just gonna like pause momentarily next to your shoulder and just a little half smile. Gently like pat your shoulder, and then she's just gonna like zip over to some shadows by the wall. Or by somewhere. You can't see her.
Yeah. Issa, I just silently nod to myself, a little upset that Codex and Shay are declining healing, but also understanding why maybe no one wants to talk to me right now. And I will go up to the bar as well.
The bar. The bar. So you kind of like walk into this little side room that has like this mini tiny bar. It doesn't have a lot of stock. You don't even really know how much food you guys have in stock. Again, there's a lot of money in the treasury that probably you should hire some people to do things for you to do. But yeah, there's some spirits left. Maybe not any spirits left in the party, but there's some spirits left in the bar. Like maybe some low shelf whiskey and vodka.
That's
Perfect.
taco.
That is
They got
perfect.
taco
Let's
vodka.
go.
Maybe rum probably as well.
I'm okay with that too.
It's like-
Yeah, as she's walking, like the armor probably is like slowly like just kind of coming back as she's walking towards the bar, and she like sees the bottom shelf whiskey and is like, "Fuck it, that's it." Grabs that, not even pouring it into a cup, just going right at it.
Wash is going to open the door, like take off his shirt because it's more or less useless now, and just drop it on the counter, grab a glass, whiskey glass, and then take the bottle from one, pour him some, then put it back on the table.
Yeah, she just lets you take it too. She's like, you've been shot in the fucking half. I won't put up a fight on that one.
He has a very like artistically done phoenix. Like it's more the shape of a phoenix, not like an actual drawn one.
Yeah.
And on the back he has like falling feathers, as though it's from the phoenix.
Nice.
Okay, and then Issa, you're following in. I'm assuming there's no talking.
Yeah, you've seen one drink before. She usually is very much like, I'm just gonna sip on this and not get messy. You see, she is just downing. Like, it is not pretty. It is very just like, after she like puts it down, she kind of like head down, arm over her head.
I think when Issa walks in, she has her eyes down and is just kind of awkwardly side glances at Wash, and one's like, okay, how do I approach this apology? And she goes to the bar and she like gets a glass and she grabs some vodka, and I'm like pouring just a full cup of vodka, because the only time I drink it was like at college parties. Like I never was drinking socially or like just to have a buzz. Like the only way she knows how to drink is like at college parties, so she's just like glug glug glug.
She only knows binge drinking.
Not a big drinker. That's where the self-insert ends. But she wasn't a big drinker. She liked doing it at college and like just kind of letting go of like her inhibitions a little bit, because she never really got to do that like at
Feel
home.
the rain on
Like,
your skin.
I'm so sorry, but did she feel the rain on her skin?
Yes.
so she pours herself a full glass of vodka. Tries to find ice. I imagine there's no ice readily available.
Sure isn't.
It's a dry bar.
So she grabs the glass, and I'm gonna sit. I imagine there's a few chairs, like kind of across the room from where One and Wash are. Take a sip.
To be honest, it probably is like a small like lounge room. So like there is like lounge chairs as well. It's probably like a pool table
Oh,
or
that's true.
something. Yeah, like
Yeah.
just like
Maybe
it's
Almost
like
a billiard room.
yeah, like it's like a little billiard room
Bar or something.
with bar. Yeah, like yeah.
Really quietly, almost to myself, I'm just like, Wash, I'm sorry for killing you. And then she takes another sip of her vodka and is like, almost like elbows on knees, looking at the ground, holding a glass of vodka.
Oh.
As soon as you say that, I immediately start drinking more too.
But she really doesn't know how to approach this because she's like, it's definitely my fault that happened, but it wasn't me. It was the god, but it was my axe, and I remember doing it. So it is my fault, and I am very sorry that I killed you.
Wash, like, sighs, takes a sip, and, like, I meant a punch, right?
I know you meant a punch, but the god kind of got in my head more than it had been before. And I really tried to stop it, I promise. I didn't. It got in there, and then it kind of took the swing for me. But I know you meant a punch. The god probably knew you meant a punch as well, but I don't think it really mattered.
I don't really blame you. I'm more just confused how I'm not dead. Never really got clarity on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I remember One shot me after I killed you.
Wash looks over to One. Wash gonna give you a slight nudge.
When you nudge her, and she kind of like stumbles into and the bottle moves away, and she like coughs, and like because there's so much like alcohol in her throat, she coughs, and it's like a little flame just kind of.
I will come back to you three. Shay, what are you doing as you're like lurking in the shadows places?
Shay needs some alone time, so she's going to. I'm actually going to text you something quick, and I want to see if we can.
You can come hang out with Terrence.
Okay, we will. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go to Codex first, then see.
Perfect.
Codex,
No.
you're going to the baths.
Yeah, she probably walks in and she'll close the door, and then she like thinks about it for a second and then locks the door. And then she's gonna walk over to. I'm assuming we have like sinks and
Yeah.
relatively big mirrors, and she's gonna walk over to the sink and just kind of like wash her face and scrub all the blood out of her fur, and then she'll just like drop the rag into like the sink and just look up with this really heavy sigh. And she's kind of like stare at her reflection for a second and then lean closer. And I'm not gonna do it, but because it might freak some people out. But she like touches under her eye and like pulls the lids down so she can look at her eyes. She's just gonna kind of give her like a check over. She still feels kind of freaked out from like the huge explosion that happened.
Make a perception check. Yeah.
16.
Looking, like, just kind of like looking into your eyes and trying to see, like, on all sides and parts of your eye, if there's any, like, remnants of whatever the hell was happening when what happened last time of you kind of having that freak out, but brought back people somehow in a reverse time for two specific people, you think. I'm not going to say it was necessarily, like, a clock appeared and went, like, you know, but it looked like time was reversed for these two people, even though, you know, you could also just say whatever was done was undone, but whatever. I will say, I'm so sorry,
No.
because as as you're like kind of like just like looking at yourself and like kind of probably freaking out and being like, was that something? Did I see something? Like you have pink eyes with black sclera. Like, did you see the pink and white, whatever you want to say, the electric part of your wild magic surge into your eyes for a second? I don't know. Like, you keep looking, and you just kind of, best way to describe this is you don't hear it, you feel it. You feel this whisper of someone saying Codex. You don't hear it though. You feel this idea of a whisper of Codex. Best way to describe.
Yeah. I was right. The bathroom is haunted, and she at that time she just kind of like jumps and then immediately like turns. And as she turns, she still has her like gear on and stuff. She'll like turn and immediately like draw her sword, and has it at like the ready, and it's just like, please. There's so many weird things have happened in this bathroom that I'm like prepared. She's probably just breathing hard and scanning the bathroom for any sign of movement.
I just imagine like you in a bathhouse, like one ear like half down, like just freaking out. You don't see anything. You can roll if you want to roll another roll an investigation just to see if you like perceive anything crazy.
Maybe I do. No, I don't. It's a 14. I have a -1 to this, so.
Yeah, I mean, the bathhouse looks normal. It looks like it's empty and normal before you hear just another, like, come to the front.
The front of the bathhouse? Or the front of the house?
She, like, kind of gives this, like, she relaxes a tiny bit and gives this really awkward, like, laugh. Very cool. Flips her sword in her hand and puts it back on her back. And then she, like, just for like a second, she's like, this is such a bad idea. And then she turns and unlocks the bathroom door and heads out. And try to quietly leave. Not run into anyone, if possible. I got a 15 for my stealth check.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. You kind of, like, quietly walk your way. You're going to the front of the Pale White Castle Keep?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's funny every time.
It really is.
It
It's
is,
great.
yeah.
I love White Castle. I've never been, but
Pale White
I
Castle.
love this one.
I really want to go to White Castle.
I've never been. But I've had the little
Really,
slider
really
things
high.
that
The frozen ones.
Yeah. You get to the front door and you open it.
do we have people?
Yeah, I'll say probably more like that. There's instead of a peephole, there is like this one of those smaller panels that you kind of open like it looked like a small door for like a mouse or something. No, like one of those panels you can kind of open to look out.
Right. Oh yeah, she like opens it a little bit so she can look out and with at least one eye and kind of like scans the front before she opens the door.
Okay, so it's about your eye height. So you're about what? You're 5 feet without your ears. So
I'm
it's
5
about
foot without my ears.
yeah. So it's about at 4'10" height. So everybody else, you're gonna have to like bend down to
Yeah.
look through it.
Your full squat. To look.
Back a couple hundred years ago, everybody was a bit shorter.
This
but
is
now
true.
that we've
This
been,
is accurate. Yep.
eating healthier. No, but you open that panel, and all you see is someone in like kind of like this dark leather duster almost, wearing just regular urban clothes, with their hand extended holding a letter. You see up to their like the bottom of their where their breast would be. So they seem taller, whoever's on the other side. And it looks like they're like wearing like this like leather glove holding a letter. Leather
just
glove
got
holding
a letter.
We just got a letter.
I'm gonna cast message through the door at the person and be like, who are you?
No answer.
I'm gonna cast message again. I don't know if you heard me the first time, but who are you?
No answer.
She's gonna like look back over her shoulder just to make sure no one is like here, I guess. Like she's so jumpy and paranoid. She just looks behind her to make sure that no one's inside.
No one behind you. Are you just standing there looking out the panel, or are you gonna like kind of like try to put your face into the panel to look up? Do you know what I mean? Like to try to see if like you can see like the full visage of this person.
How close are they to the door? Because I was assuming they were far enough away that I could see the full visage, but they have clothing that kind of like. Are they close to the door?
Yeah, I think Khan said like they're kind of close and you can like see here. Like they're just tall.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I guess if they're close enough to the door that I can't see their If I look down a little further, if I can see up, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll lean down and kind of try and get the angle to kind of see their face.
Yeah, probably after that second message, if you want to like peer out and try to get the whole look of this person.
She'll lean down and up and see if she can maybe get the angle.
Yeah. So when you do that, it's creepy. It's scary. It looks like this very gaunt, pale, like gray pale person that their face, their mouth is just a little bit open in that unsettling way. Their eyes are sunken and kind of glossed over, and their hair is all down and seems not wet, but like dry, like as if someone with long hair walked in the shower and then just like let it all air dry in a very humid place. It's just down.
So what I look like all the time.
And they are staring straight forward at the door. Like when you look up to look at them, it's not like they like look down at you. They're just like it's weird.
So like, just as like a vibe check, how super dead does this person look?
What do you mean? No, just kidding.
What?
This is his best day of his life.
She's friends with the one who's studying to be a necromancer for probably around 6 years. At this point, how dead is this person?
Gone.
Cool. Awesome. Let me just read some spells. Out of curiosity, is Bar upstairs? I know she went in her bedroom. I've remained on the ground floor the whole time. Okay.
Yeah, Shay's.
Issa's bedroom is the only one on the first floor, and then it's the bathhouse and the courtyard, and like literally everything else is upstairs.
We're gonna get to Shay, but Shay's already left the keep. Yeah, Shay has left
the building.
Miss Erebos has left the building.
Exactly.
She sees all of this and she's just like, this is... She just gives another awkward, stressed laugh, just kind of cut off. And then it's just like, why not? And then she's just gonna mumble under her breath as she casts Mage Hand. And this time, instead of being a giant fucking shark, it's gonna manifest as this really big rat that scampers off her arm and kind of like crawls. It gets like stuck in the little slat in the door, and it uses its back legs to kind of like kick up and jump over and try and grab the letter and pull it back in through the slat in the door.
Does it float? Oh yeah, because it's Mage Hand.
It's Mage Hand, but it just manifests as weird stuff.
Yeah, so it kind of like, it like kind of skitter, grabs it, and it's like between its teeth, and then like turns around and go to you, and then immediately, the moment it is in your hands, this thing behind you shoots you. But the moment it is immediately in your hands, this thing, this person, this whatever it is, like about turns and starts walking away.
Somebody's boyfriend's sending love letters.
Stop it.
That codex can't read. Ooh. Is it pictures? It's just pictures.
She looks at the letter and just kind of like shrugs and is like, he knows I can't read.
Cutie pie.
Oh.
She probably like watches this thing turn and just like about face and start walking away, and she just probably has the Mage Hand rat in her other hand. She just gives it like this little awkward pet, and then it dissipates. And she kind of like flips the letter over in her hand, and then just kind of like reaches up and smooths back her bangs, and now they're like all spiky. And she just kind of like sighs, closes the slat, and then turns and starts heading back towards... Actually, she's gonna go upstairs. She's gonna go upstairs to her room to get like fresh clothes and stuff.
Okay, you're not gonna bathe any longer.
No, she's gonna turn. She turns to goes up the stairs, heads to her room, newly decorated, and kicks open the trunk under her hammock that she has in the corner and pulls out some fresh clothes and kind of like slings them over her shoulder with the letter, and heads back down into the bathroom. And this time she's not trying to be sneaky, so you can hear her walking around.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So you go back to the bathhouse, or like the bathroom, if you will, and do you just have the letter with you? Like, are you bringing? Like, are you undressing and going into the bath?
Yeah. She just like she'll undress, get in the bath, and then she has her pile of dirty clothes, the letter, and her fresh clothes, and her towel, all kind of in piles, and all of her swords and stuff next to the bath, and she's like sitting. And she just, like, slouches down so even her nose is under, and she's, like blowing bubbles. And she probably has, like, one hand out of the bath, and she's casting Mage Hand. and it's just manifesting as different animals. So it'll be like a piranha just kind of swimming through the air, and then like a moray eel kind of twisting. And she's just like practicing casting that and stressed. And she keeps looking at the letter, but she's not going to open it yet.
Other than the letter, it's a very nice time in the bathhouse.
Finally.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
All right, Shay.
I think as soon as I kind of wisped away from Issa, popped on up onto the like kind of parapets, basically. And it was very dramatic, you know. She's just like pausing there a moment as the wind's howling gently. She's just staring off. Has to have a little dramatic moment, you know.
Experience the quickening.
Yeah. It's that beautiful like 180 camera shot where it just like slowly zooms around her and she's like da 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 da.
Hot.
And I think after she composes herself there for a second, she's gonna down into the streets and she's just gonna go towards a shop that she was familiar with back in her more pocket days.
Okay.
But it's twisty turnies, kind of through back alleys. If there's anyone attempting to follow her at all, there is no way they're going to be able to go the same route. It is a very familiar route to her, but it's also... I'm just going to slide on in.
Alrighty. It's kind of like this small, like narrow building between in the back of these alleys that you've been to before, where it has like this hanging sign. It just looks called the Dark Turn.
Yes.
As you kind of like walk in, kind of hear the bell like ding 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 as you walk in, and you see sitting behind the counter the same figure that you still don't know the name of, that you've always seen. It's just like this being wrapped in cloth. And you just see what looks like two little like pins of light where eyes would be in the darkness. You're not sure if it might be humanoid. It's kind of like a amorphous cloth that covers this person.
It's humanoid?
Yeah, who kind of stands there behind the counter as you walk up.
Nice to see you again.
Kind of just grunt and nod.
How are you? Always such a charmer.
What are we looking for this time?
I need you to construct something out of these. She puts a few, probably like 50-cent piece size jewels onto the counter, and then a couple smaller ones next to it. I'd like these infused into whatever you can onto my hands. I need gauntlets, and these ones are for payment.
And what is the purpose for these?
Well, I was told once upon a time that these larger ones link to a pocket plane. And let's just say it'd be easier to carry these sorts of things on my hands as opposed to a weapon on every part of my armor.
Kind of like you see as like the like what looks like an arm kind of outstretches from one of the sides of these cloths as just this kind of like very dark black and gray with maybe some like hints of blue hand that's very pointy at the ends with what looks like bristles of fur maybe on it, as it kind of like goes out with little nails and picks up some of the jewels, brings it up close to like the dark opening of where the eyes seem to be. Gauntlets. That can be done.
Excellent.
Kind of like sits there for a second, grunts, doesn't really move. How soon would you need it?
As soon as you can possibly make them, while they maintain their quality.
And the range of price?
Whatever you need.
300 and I can do it in 3 days.
How about 400 and you do it in 2?
400 will suffice. 2 days.
See you then.
Do you just, are you leaving, do you, that's up to you if you want to choose that it's a thing that like you've done it enough that you just give the 400 when it's due, or do you do like the half now, half later? It's up to you. I don't care.
I'm going to give 100 now. I'm going to clink a bag of 100 gold next to the jewels. You know, the rest when it's done.
You watch as like from a different part, from further back on the left side and on like where the other arm came out, you see another arm just kind of as it quick goes back into the cloth.
Yes.
Very well. And kind of just like, you see 2 arms separate from that arm kind of come out of the cloth, scoop up the jewels as it turns and goes behind like the beaded like curtain to the back.
I love it. Hell yeah. Alright, Shay's gonna sneak her way back to the keep. She's gonna take her time though. I'm in no rush to get back to the faded White Castle keep.
The faded pale White Castle keep.
Yeah, exactly.
The faded fades pale White Castle keep.
Castle you keep thingy.
Pale. Faded pale. Chalky. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, back to the bar. What's going on in there?
I think at this point, Issa, she's not drunk. Like she has the sense to like maybe not drink the whole glass of vodka. She wants to because she's experiencing a lot. But I think I'm just like cheersing, if they're allowing it, but like just cheersing with the two of them, and it's just kind of like
That is certainly not the mood.
I think that's the vibe.
Or you do the thing where you just kind of like hold up a glass, like kind of like to you.
I'll raise a glass from where I was originally seated and like to life and shrug and just like take another sip.
Yeah, to life. And he's gonna light a cigarette and I don't know, maybe play some pool. Gonna relax, unwind.
One at this point is like laying on the bar, like very, very drunk at this point. Being like, I don't know how to deal with anything that just happened. And like, if you're playing like pool, she's like kind of like probably like laying and like just watching you play pool. Every so often, if you look at her, she'll like.
It's that guy from Haunting a Hill House.
That holds up his glass.
Dude, I don't really have anything unless you start to look very drunk and then I'll carry you to your room.
I mean, I look very, very drunk at this point. You're like, she is not well.
I just racked the pool table and then I look over and then put the pool cue down and go over to scoop you.
As you tie that, she's like, no, I'm fine.
We've had a long day and you're fucking plastered.
And you got fucking chopped in half.
Yep, but look at me.
Issa rolls her eyes from the where she's sitting. She's like, "Fuck, this is never gonna be let down." She's like, takes another sip.
And I fucking shot Issa twice.
Aim for the head next time.
She like kind of like does it like drunken, like trying to be quick whip up ahead to you, and she kind of like the eyes are like trying to focus on you. I wasn't trying to kill you. If that means anything.
It's nice, but I did kill fully Wash. So if I kill another party member when I'm possessed, you can shoot me in the head.
This does beg the question. Was it really you?
No.
Exactly. I was more so killing the vessel, which was you, unfortunately.
Yeah, I get that.
I get that, but in the event another trespasser god that's locked in a diamond chooses to possess me and kill one of our friends, you can. I, Issa, am giving you permission to fully shoot me in the head.
I'm picturing such a drunken white girl conversation.
Yeah.
No, seriously,
No,
seriously.
like-
No.
You shoot.
You're so pretty.
Yeah, Issa keeps drinking now. She's like, fuck it. I don't. Listen, it's just. Like, I love you guys. We just met, but like, I love you guys, but like, I don't want to kill anyone, even if it is a god that's making me kill someone. Because Wash, again, I didn't. That's not. I know you meant punch. Okay. Next time, I will punch you. If there's no god in my head.
Wash is just rubbing his temples.
Look, if it happens...
If you want to punch me, do you want to punch me?
I already punched you.
You already did, and it really stinks. Like, what is that about?
I don't fucking know.
You don't
Yeah,
know.
you went all glowy.
Yeah, you were glowing with white energy. What do you mean you don't know? Are you like Codex and you don't know when your magic comes out?
It was probably something to do with the weird aura. Yeah, it was probably something to do with the aura.
But thank you for punching me out, because who fucking knows what would have happened if you didn't. So.
Are we good?
I'm good, but I mean, I feel horrible. Like, I'm gonna sit with this for a while. So I don't... How are you feeling?
I'm alright.
I'm so good.
Okay, well that's good. One, also, and she's like a light hand on one's shoulder. Also, you know what? Thank you for being willing to come up a mountain with me by yourself. That's crazy. That's...
You're so pretty.
You say that, and she probably like her head like hits the table, and like it's like a little bit of steam comes out.
All right, well, I'm just gonna assume that someone needs to take you to bed, so scoop.
Well, you like pick her up. She's like saying like no, but she's not fighting it because she's got no energy right now. But while you pick her up, she's probably like, I want to be your friend.
Sure, we can be friends.
Yay.
And Wash turns over to you, so like, I'm not gonna hold anything against you for killing me. So don't hold on to any bad feelings about that.
Yeah, no bad feelings.
Wash gonna, I don't know which room is yours, but one of them.
Tell me it's the wrong room.
He just opens the door.
It throws me in with Terrence.
On the dog pile of just unconscious.
Yeah.
Probably as you're like walking her away, she will be. Are you okay?
I'm my wife.
Well, yeah, but I don't know.
I'm just annoyed about. We got sent on a mission, walked, and then went home.
But we learned stuff.
Woo. We learned that we cannot possibly fight whatever that thing was.
It wasn't our job.
Yeah. I feel like we learned that everything that we learned is we are in over our heads.
We are.
And what the fuck are we doing?
Trying to get not over our heads.
By getting in over our heads.
You know, rise to the challenge. Or whatever.
Listen, I died today, so I don't know how much more of that I can do.
Well, just don't do it again.
Sure, let me just get on that.
You're doing pretty good so far.
Okay, well, good night. Don't throw up in your bed.
Did you just plop her?
The proper way someone should be laying in a bed.
Aw.
Aww.
Get fucked.
They are friends.
Suplex her.
All right, Codex. What's going on? Unless, Issa, is there anything else you want to do? Sorry.
After her bath, she changes and probably takes all of her dirty clothes into her room, but doesn't put it away. And she leaves like her harness with her swords and hangs it up on her wall. And then she has the letter tucked into her like the waistband of her like they're like pajama pants, I guess is the best way to describe them. And she probably is just wearing like high fantasy joggers and a crop top, and she has her hair up in like a bun. Her hair's just wet, and she probably pads downstairs with the letter tucked into her waistband and goes to like cook in the kitchen because she's hungry and she wants to go to sleep. So she's probably making some kind of like spicy vegetable stir fry in the kitchen.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you make your food. You sit down. You eat it.
Yeah. She keeps looking at the letter. Like, so the whole time she's cooking, she has, like, the letter on the counter, and she, like, looks at it, goes back to cooking. 5 minutes pass, she looks at it. And, like, she, like, cooks her food, takes it up to her room, and is eating at her desk, and the letter's sitting, like, on the corner, and she's just like... Fine. And then she takes out the letter and opens it, and is going to try and read it.
You open it, and as soon as you open it, this kind of like arcane air bursts out of it. It kills you. No.
Right.
But it kind of bursts out of it, and the words on the page you will not be able to read. But you kind of see as it looks like red arcane, like almost as like going over or going, almost like lighting up under the letters as you start to hear a voice. As it kind of like traces along with the words as it is read out loud, basically. My dearest Codex.
Worse. Worse.
Yeah. I hope you've been doing well. Let this suffice as a invitation to a gallant night at one of my estates.
It is near you in the Silent District, I'm quite sure. If you go south of the White Horse Tavern, you'll see a lovely stone and brick mansion on the eve of the morrow. Wear your finest and attend, Balthazar. It'd be hilarious if every time you like unfold it and refold it back, I was like, my dear Scrooge. my dear.
Honestly, though, I was literally picturing her. She opens it, hears the voice, immediately slams it closed, and is just like, what the fuck?
Yes.
Those birthday cards where it's like High School Musical soundtrack, you're like, fuck, oh shit, okay.
Everybody was. Everybody.
He said
Everybody
where
was.
he's
Distorted.
She probably like sits through the whole letter and then just kind of like folds it up and tucks it between like two like sketchbooks that she has, so it's like hidden, but kind of hidden, but not really. And then she just sits there at her desk and like leans forward and just touches her forehead to the desk, and it's just like gives this like annoyed groan. This is almost worse. And then she like gets up. She takes her bowl of stir fry with her, and she's like eating, and she like pads down the hallway, and she's going to go find that's such a bad idea. I'm gonna go knock on Wash's door.
You're dad now. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You have to deal with everyone.
It's been these last couple weeks. It's full, like, immediate dad transformation.
Yes.
Wears khakis now.
He's now got some silver in his hair.
He has fishing gear at the ready.
Wash gets up, like, mid-bandaging his back, and opens the door.
Wait, do you have a shirt on or not?
No, he's, like, wrapping bandages around his torso.
Incredible. She literally like looks at you, meets your eyes, looks directly down at where you're bisected, and then looks back up at you and is like, she has a bowl of stir fry like in her hands. So I have some bad news.
Perfect. Do you want to sit down?
Yeah, probably. Do you want some stir fry?
No, I'm good.
Did you read the letter?
No, she left it in her room. She, like, comes in, sits down, and then puts the bowl, like, it's resting on her knees, and she's like, so... glad to see you're okay. We had... when I was cleaning up, I had a voice in my head. Not like Issa, with the whole god thing. And it told me to come out front, and I didn't go outside, but there was someone standing up front, and they were... she does this, like, awkward laugh again, and she's like, super dead. They were holding a letter, and, at the time, I was pretty sure it was Balthazar, and now I'm, like, really sure it's Balthazar.
There's some doubt still?
It's the XOXO Balthazar.
So, yeah, I didn't open the door, but there was a super dead person outside. I'm pretty sure from Balthazar, and it was from Balthazar, and, I opened the letter, and, trying to read it, and instead I heard his voice in my head.
No, you heard it coming out loud outside of the letter. Like,
Oh, that's worse.
it literally was like one of those cards. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, so I opened the letter, and he read it to me, and it was an invitation to some kind of event tomorrow night at one of his manors or whatever.
So we just invited you. Well, first off, does it read it out for you every time you open it? Because we could use that to learn.
True, he's right. As a teacher.
So cute.
That was major dad energy.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
he's grasping at straws, honestly. Second off, did he just invite you?
I don't think there was anything in there about a +1. Hold on. And she, like, gets up and hands you her stir fry, and then, like, walks out of your room down the hall to her bedroom, grabs the note, and then runs back.
Is it spicy? Is it shoot?
Take a bite of the bowl. Is it good? Ceramic.
I like the way it bleeds.
And she just like runs back and then like hands you the letter and takes her bowl of stir fry back.
Wash opens it.
My dearest Codex.
This is it. All right, so we can use that. And it opens it again and
dearest
tries to
Codex.
ignore the voice, and it says just
And no
that.
+1.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on this? Because you have some weird fixation with him.
Oh.
Are you going?
So first of all, it's not a fixation. I thought it would be a better idea to learn about him because he seemed interested in me, but also us as because we're now a unit. So I feel like it would make sense to at least not have him be an enemy.
We're an autonomous collective.
We are a hive mind. So it's not like whatever. Anyway, I don't think I shouldn't go, but I don't think I should go. And I know it doesn't say +1, but he does know you.
He knows I'm Dave.
Yeah, so you could come along, and I wouldn't be there alone.
He also, by this point, probably doesn't know your Dave. He probably knows he knew
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
Dave if Verona was working for him.
Yeah.
Go on a date to Balthazar's party.
Make Balthazar jealous.
Make
by showing
Codex
up
go
to
alone.
Codex.
I'd love that.
That's the other addendum. That's
Like, what
Codex has to go alone because God wants it to happen.
God said I had to go by myself, so you're not allowed to go.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You want me to torture Sid?
Yeah.
I'll go with you, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that's gonna play out.
The letter coughs. It says, "My dearest Codex," not "My dearest Codex and Wash."
And/or Dave.
And or Dave, if that's your real name.
As if I really look like
I mean, I could go alone, and like, well, and I know some of you are kind of sneaky, so I mean, would prefer. I would prefer not to go alone.
Yeah, at the very minimum, you're taking Shay.
Yeah. And I don't think she likes me, so.
Oh.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But I figured if I do go alone, maybe everybody can tag along, like, figure out another way to, like, be there. Because I don't think I should go alone, but I also don't know what happens if I say no.
Both of you roll a perception check, please.
I have other plans. Rain check.
Balthazar's at the window, like, say yes.
It's raining. Balthazar, one single tears dropping down his face. When Codex is like, "What if I just say no?" He's like,
he just turns away.
13.
13 perception for Wash.
None at 20.
Not 20 for Codex. The magic on that letter is weird. But I'm talking to somebody who knows nothing about. I'm realizing like this was kind of maybe a meaningless perception check. Not
Because
really.
both of us.
Yeah.
I do have Mage Slayer, so I at least know how to kill them.
Oh!
Yeah. Here's what I'll say. The magic that is on this letter, both of you kind of get this tip off that once you before you opened it was like a plain paper letter. Now that you've opened it, whenever you close it, there still is that like, glow of red of the text. That is what you notice. And
Shit, we're on red.
We have to respond.
Receipts? No.
that was a good one.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with that.
She doesn't either, so she's just.
But it's cool.
Who does magic? You do magic, but who
Yeah.
is more That's bad to say. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, it's true. It's just.
You're very
it's
capable.
just stuff happens.
But I'm sorry, sometimes it doesn't feel like you know what you're doing.
Oh, I super most of the time don't. But when I'm casting the stuff that I do know. But the stuff that happens, like the explosion or whatever, that's not me.
This is me. This is real. This is exactly what I'm supposed to be.
Yes.
That's something else.
We could give the letter to one when she wakes up.
It starts to like pour like smoke out of it a little bit.
I really hate that. I'm gonna set that on the desk and then kind of gesture that we both step back.
This message was up.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like slowly seeping this like kind of like red smoke, but it dissipates at a point. But it seems active.
Do you mind if I try something?
Yeah, no, go for it.
Wash is going to take like a quill, dip it in some ink, and then write
Say
like
you up.
just me? Question mark.
You open it. You go up and open it. Yeah. Okay. So when you go back and open it, it explodes for dumb.
I die.
You're dead again.
This is even the moment they're like, can you stop doing that? It's like, Con, please stop going. Like you do this, and then you die. Sorry. Like it was bad. It was a bad joke the first time.
It's a cry wolf, and then one day it is actually like, no, seriously, like you.
Yeah,
just
you guys are all laughing like,
What?
yeah.
Not kidding.
Roll the death save. Oh wait, you can't. You're dead.
You're unfolding it to write on the bottom.
Yeah.
You up. Right. When you go to write on it, any ink that is onto the page just kind of spills off. Like it's almost like
It's laminated.
kind of, yeah. It's almost like it's hydrophobic. So like it's just like the water just like beads and falls off. Well, the ink beads and falls off. But it is still like the letters are still like smoking from it.
Listen, I got no idea what the fuck this is.
Okay, so I'm gonna try something and it's a bad idea, but whatever. And I'm just gonna walk up and slap her hand down on the middle of the paper and be like, "I'll be there."
Okay. You watch as the letter kind of like around your hand for a second. You're like, ah! Like it's just like, oh my god! And it kind of just like dissolves around your hand into what looks like this like big like fancy weird bee that is now on the like red bee that is now on the back of your hand.
Oh,
Not the
Jesus.
hand mark.
Yeah.
Well, this got worse.
At that point, smoke starts to come out of the bee of your hand.
Wash. It's getting worse.
This smoke does not dissipate immediately. It starts to pool and grow.
Issa!
The only people I know what to do with this are asleep or drunk.
Do you actually scream Issa?
She actually screams Issa and like grabs Wash by his arm and starts dragging him out. She's like, "We gotta find Issa."
Yeah, if I hear it, I'll come out and like try and rush towards the sound.
I'd say probably by this time you're also walking. You're just walking into
That's
the
what I
keep, so
figured.
you probably hear like chaos.
Yeah. I probably came in through the courtyard.
Yeah. So wherever I'll say you can just like run up to where you hear the noises. Are you running out of the bar into like where you hear them screaming for you?
I think I was coming down from the bar, so it's probably like I just get on the stairs and then I hear them upstairs like, Issa! And I'm like, oh, okay. What the fuck is happening with your hand?
Long story short, I got a letter from Balthazar that was talking to me, and then I showed Wash, and now I put my hand in it, and I said, "Yeah, I'll be there," and now it's wrapped around my hand, and now there's this. And she holds out her
Okay,
hand.
instinctively, I cast Lesser Restoration.
Yeah, it's not a disease or poison or curse or anything like that. For where Codex, probably by this point is where you get to the top of the stairs, right behind Issa, Shay. Probably very quietly. So Issa's like, "What the fuck?" Wow! Like this, like right behind her. When Codex is running out of Wash's room down to where you are, or like down the hall to where you are, the red smoke is still pulling out of the back of her hand, as you see like it's following behind the two of you, rushing towards Issa. By the time that probably they get up to her, and she's like, look, oh my god! Like, and Shay's probably now behind Issa, and he's like, what the, oh god. It's starting to pull again, like, into, like, this, like, amorphous form that's, like, kind of building on top of itself in smoke.
I was gonna do like Arcana or something because I wanted to check out that
Yeah,
smoke.
make an Arcana check.
17.
17, without knowing any of the knowledge of the letter or anything, you can just detect whatever it is, it's making some type of, how do I say, fantasy hologram.
I'm definitely like rushing my hands through the like smoke just to like mess up the image a little bit.
So you like walk out like around Issa and like behind. So yeah, it's pulling behind Codex as Codex is like Issa, like she like hovering her hand like to Issa, and you kind of watch as like you kind of like go, and then just as it's the visage of Balthazar.
What?
I don't remember sending letters to everyone, but
I don't remember inviting you inside.
I'm not inside.
This is a bit of an entrance even for you.
Well, either way, it doesn't matter if you invited me or not. Does it, Codex? Everyone turns to Codex.
She's like, she like still looking at Issa, and she just kind of like turns around and her arms are behind her back, and she's just like, and she just gives that awkward, yeah, I guess not.
You kind of like walk up, just in the order of where Balthazar is. If Balthazar was behind Wash and Codex, as you rush forward, like play with the smoke, you freak. No, but
We've all done that with a fog machine.
Yeah. I assume the lineup in front of Balthazar is probably Shay, Wash, Codex, Issa.
Yeah.
He kind of like does this like walk around each of you, even though he's smoky, he could walk through you. Walks around each of you and kind of does like this like kind of like light like touches your face as if he's like admiring you all. It's weird and creepy.
Yep, that's him.
even Issa, like he probably actually goes like to Shay, like kind of like I'm just gonna say this is what he's doing as he's walking. I'll say Shay, Wash, past Issa, or sorry, past Codex to Issa, and then I'll explain what happens. But as he's walking, and he just says like, "But I can't say that necessarily. I don't mind having other attendees. I just really was." And at this point, we'll turn to Codex and grab her chin with the smoke, just kind of like have it there without. It's up to you if you move your face when he does that. But
as he gets closer, her ears are just progressively getting flatter and flatter until they're like pointed down, and she just looks kind of like scared. But she doesn't move. She's kind of in freeze right now.
Yeah, he just like rests his hand as if he was touching your chin, more focused on inviting my good acquaintance. And then he kind of just like does this turn, and then probably like walks back to in front of Shay. Do you guys kind of conglomerate in more of like a arc to like see him full?
I mean, I'm standing there staring at him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he sticking around?
Yeah.
Great. What was this that we're talking about here? That Codex is going somewhere with you? What is this?
She accepted an invite to a party.
Oh, you do like those, don't you?
I can't say that I'm opposed to them now.
And when is this party?
Tomorrow. In the
Short
evening.
notice.
Well, I did try delivering the letter yesterday.
We're a bit busy, you know, adventurers and all.
I know, I can see scrapes. What happened?
Oh, it's a long story. Codex can tell you later.
Right. She like looks daggers at Shay.
When he says what happened, he is like looking up and down at Wash.
Wash just gonna keep like finally continue bandaging himself.
You all right,
I've been better.
Dave? And when he says Dave, you see his eyes kind of like go. Whoosh. Make a charisma save. Wisdom save. I'm sorry.
Wisdom? I'm not good at that. As far as wisdom save go, that's 11.
When he says Dave and his eyes kind of like glint green, anybody who like is like focused on Wash and Balthazar at this moment, you see Wash's eyes almost like mirror that green flash as you are charmed.
Ooh.
Issa's gonna take her axe and swing through Balthazar.
You have your axe on you? I love it.
Oh yeah.
You swipe through him, and it just like as the smoke conglomerates back. Cute.
The fuck do you want?
Actually, I think it might be best if Dave and I get ready for the festivities tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Good. Let's go. And you watch as like Codex, you like the bee on the back of your hand switches. It's still there, but you see like it smoke pour out of it and go on to Wash's hand as Wash, and this smoke version of Balthazar start to walk down the stairs.
Hold on. She kind of like runs down the stairs, and she gets in front of Balthazar, and she's like, "You really don't need to take Dave with you, but I'll be there. So you can leave him here, and I'll be there. It'll be cool."
I'll make sure he's nice and clean tomorrow and ready. Maybe you can have a dance, Codex.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think
Dave,
he has
please.
to.
Let's let her know you would like to stay with me.
Yeah. It shouldn't be a problem. He's graciously invited me over to his manor.
Man.
Where is this manor?
Oh, well, it's on the letter. Codex. I'm sure you can show them. Dave.
Yep.
As he, again, is anyone trying to stop him or just let him go?
He's not really the best at party planning.
That's okay. I do like having eye candy.
I'm casting all of my healing on Wash. I know they originally were like, I don't want it, but right before they leave, like, Issa's trying to cast all of the healing I have left.
Yeah, so, okay, yeah, you can cast all the healing you need to on Wash to heal him. Is anyone, you two trying to stop at all?
No.
She's like, I love this!
I candy, you say.
I will apologize to everybody at home, but I do love throwing a party, so, like, it's so fun. I love the dramatics of a
Fantasy
party.
party.
Yeah, a fantasy, like, gathering, gala, whatever party is so fun.
Well, I guess we'll see you both again tomorrow.
Codex is like look up at Shay and Issa. And she's just like, so what the fuck, you guys? Like, again, run out in front of Balthazar and like, okay, what if you leave Wash here and I can come with you?
He smiles, looks at Wash, looks back at you. Roll a wisdom save.
No.
Wash, you get 27 points.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm not dying anymore.
I know.
If I charm you, I'm gonna put you both in like the most go-go dancer outfit.
Yes!
I thought you were gonna say instead of eye candy, a statue.
I like eye
that's
candy better.
Yeah, no, I know.
It's the your edition, like.
Yes, it's a derogatory term towards Asmar.
Sydney. Sydney,
What's up?
what did you roll?
Don't worry about it. Is this?
Read about it.
Is it a charm? Yes.
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm asking.
Is it hot? Sure.
I'm continuing my trend of rolling below 10.
Oh no.
Yeah, immediately, eyes flash and your eyes like flash green too as you kind of like stop. You could always come with. You feel very much like you want to come with.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I just said, so...
Perfect.
Okay, then I'm gonna cast Sleep on Codex.
Oh.
Noted. What is that, VSM?
Yes.
Okay. Balthazar is like a lion in waiting. Just like he just, when you start like making whatever noises you are to cast, he stops and turns, as do Codex and Wash, just like really scarily, and he just is looking at you with his eyes a little bit raised, just kind of like intrigued, as he's just like looking at you and smiling. He probably like crosses his arms.
No, I would like to, like, as soon as I hear and see Issa, like, starting to cast a spell, I'm gonna, like, you definitely didn't even hear or sense Shay behind you, but she just puts a very, like, strong grip on your shoulder, and is still staring at Balthazar. Just make sure they stay safe and we see them healthy and well tomorrow, yes?
Okay. Do you still cast Sleep? It's up to you, I don't care.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, roll your d8s. Okay, so what'd you roll?
29.
You watch as they're both saying there, you just see like Codex like fall over.
Yes.
And Balthazar will turn to Wash, nod, and Wash will walk over to Codex and pick her up.
Mm-hmm.
Rest is always important for a very exciting evening.
Still trying to get Codex.
You're gonna go up towards Codex?
Yeah?
Yeah, they're further away. They're like 20 feet from you. So once Wash picks her up, we'll look at you holding Codex, just blank staring.
Wash, let her go.
Blank staring at you.
You may look like a statue.
Say something charming and reassuring.
You can't say that. Something charming and reassuring.
He kind of like has this little smile. The invitation is now extended to anybody at your abode. He puts his hand out and blows a kiss as you see four strings of red smoke go through the house. One hits your hand, and two go through the house.
Nice. So we all have a... You both wake up just like, when do we get a
It's
chance
incredible
to?
way for him to cast.
And then he's going to turn and walk away with Wash.
Fuck it. And she'll just walk back to her room.
I'm gonna close the door behind them.
You're like,
I'm gonna go check out the letter and wash his room too before I go to my little...
Okay, yeah, I'll go with Shay.
As soon as we get all the information from the letters and everything, I'll go to bed.
Yeah, I just deeply sigh and then just walk off to my room. Because I know that one is passed out and Terrence is passed out, so it's like, whatever. The fuck are we supposed to do?
Alright, so you guys all go to bed.
And die.
You guys go to bed and die. You wake up the next morning. Whoever is up first, it doesn't. If you guys
It'll probably be Shay, since she never really
are you
has
just
to
gonna
sleep much.
Are you just gonna congregate into the kitchen?
Yeah, I
like
think her
figure-
normal spot is to drink coffee sitting on the counter cross-legged until everyone else kind of gets up.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe chewing on some toast or something, but mostly just coffee sitting on the counter.
Yeah, I'd say probably around 9:30, 10 is when everybody else kind of, including Terrence, meanders down into the room.
I was gonna say Terrence probably, I don't know if he wakes up first, but he probably I would say he comes downstairs before other people and is just hobbling.
Aww.
And is gets over, kind of doesn't, just walks past you, kind of acknowledges you're there and just starts making something. He's like, I'm fucking starving. And just starts making something in the kitchen to eat. And hasn't noticed the bee on his hand yet because he's too out of it. And he's like,
nice to see you up and about.
Yeah, how long? Wait, we're back? What the fuck happened?
Oh, so much. So much.
Okay, I'm gonna give me 5. And I'm gonna continue cooking and get a coffee and sit at the counter.
Yeah, I was gonna say Shay's definitely gonna clunk a mug of coffee in front of you.
And then one and Issa, do you guys walk in?
Yeah, one comes in with V2 out and about.
Issa, do you walk in too?
Yeah, I walk in. It's very SpongeBob SquarePants-esque where I have 7 of the same exact outfits in my closet. And so I come in a fully the same cloak but not tattered. My soccer uniform is still very much on. I look exactly the same as I normally do every morning. You wouldn't have known I got into a fight so badly the last night.
Probably by the time, do you get coffee as well, or are you all sharing a cup of joe? Not sharing, but having a cup of joe together?
Pass it.
No, I don't drink. This is a self-insert, so no, I'm not drinking coffee. I will take the last cup of coffee and just sit down in the kitchen.
By that point, Terrence, you'll notice that as you hand them coffee, you're like, what is on your left hand? And then, what's on my left hand?
Yeah, he's probably as he's passing out, he might be stationed by the coffee pot and is passing it out, and probably made more food so everyone can have some, and is I'm watching Codex on a run again. Also, wait, hang on.
And that's where we're gonna end today's episode.